performing musician, and I love doing private gigs. That's because I don't have to do too much to promote and market the show, and I also don't have to do too much to engage the audience. All I have to do is show up, perform for a couple of hours, and then go home. I'm done. The other reason why I like private gigs is because they tend to pay more. You see, the people who are hosting events, who are looking to hire live entertainment, they see live entertainment as a luxury, so they're willing to pay for it. The trick is, how do you get your music in front of them? Hi, I'm Anitra J from the Crafty Musician blog, and today I'm going to share with you specific things you can do to get your music in front of people who are actually looking to hire live entertainment. If you'd like to level up your booking and earn more money with gigs, take the free 4-day e-course, How to Book Profitable Gigs, linked in the description box below. If you want to learn more DIY hacks for your music career, subscribe to our channel and click the notification bell to be personally notified every time we upload a new video. So the first thing you're going to do is generate a contact list. And for this list, you're looking for people who work at various facilities in your community, such as vineyards, museums, recreational halls, meeting facilities, basically any place in your community that offers meeting and event space to the public. And what you're going to do is send your information to these event managers, and then they will disseminate your information to your prospective clients. This way, instead of putting tons of marketing and resources into letting the general public know about your music, you're actually being more strategic and targeting your focus in on the people who are actually going to be looking to hire live entertainment for their events. The best way to generate leads is to do a Google search. And I'd start with hotels. What you can do is call the front desk and ask for the name of the catering or events manager. Get their name, get their email address, their phone number, and their physical mailing address. You can also repeat this process with the other event facilities like the museums, the vineyards, the event halls, and things like that. And what you can do is look for the person who's in charge of private events, because their titles might change from place to place. But basically, you're looking for the person who's in charge of working with people to host their private events at their facility. And so get all of these names and all of this information, put it into a spreadsheet, and how many you get is up to you, but the more you have, the more opportunities you have to get gigs. So the next thing you're going to do is create a fact sheet, and this is going to describe your services as a musician. You'll include a picture, your bio, at least one review, and information about your music in a live setting as it relates to private gigs. You also need to include your contact information, how to book you, your website address. And optionally, you could also include a price range to kind of give people an idea of how much it's going to cost to book you. But I know that there are pros and cons to that, so you'll want to decide for yourself whether or not to put that information in there. What I did was I created a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 size postcard, and I printed that out, and it made it easy for me to mail it. Now you can do that, or you could just create a JPEG and just send a digital version out, and that's totally up to you. For our postcard, I chose to use a picture of us performing live. That way it will help the prospect to visualize our stage presence and to imagine what we would look like at their event. Also, for the review, I chose a review from someone who had already hired us for their event. That way they can really speak to how the experience is having us at their private event, and would be helpful for the prospect to see what that's like from an actual person other than me. You can make a fact sheet on your own by going to Canva, and it's very easy to use. It's free. Or if you don't think you have the graphic chops to do it, you could hire someone, and I recommend going to Fiverr. It's a platform where you could just pay something as little as $5 to create this fact sheet. And I'll leave a link in the description box to some recommended graphic designers on Fiverr if you're interested. Now that you have your materials created and your contact list is ready to fire up, it's time to go ahead and make that connection. You might want to consider calling ahead of time and letting them know that you're sending something, or you could just send it and then follow up later. I suggest to play around with different methods and see what sticks, see what works. You might also want to consider offering a small incentive, like maybe a commission or some sort of kickback every time you book a show that they've referred. That way, that will give them even more incentive to send your information along. Please, please, please don't forget to follow up, okay? After you send your initial information, follow up. Make sure they received it. Make sure they hear back from you, because you don't want this to get lost, okay? So it can be something as simple as, hi, how are you doing? A few times throughout the year, or maybe just, thank you for sending out my information. Do you need anything else? Or how is business going? Or happy holidays, or something to just remind them that you're still there. What you're doing is building strategic relationships in your community. And the more of these types of relationships that you have, the more sustenance you can have in your local community as a musician. And these types of relationships are what's going to sustain you as a local performing musician in your community. This method ultimately works because you're helping that event manager do their job. Their job is to help their clients put on fantastic events, and a lot of times their clients are looking to the event manager to recommend professional musicians and live entertainment to help them round out the event. And all they simply have to do is send over your fact sheet. You've helped them to do their job, and you've also created a way for your music to be promoted. Just think, if you can get your fact sheet into the hands of every event manager in town, just think how many gigs you can actually book. So good luck with your strategic marketing effort. Let me know how it goes for you down in the comment section below. And if you would like to see a close-up of the fact sheet that I created for myself, I'll leave a link to that in the description box below. Thanks for watching, and happy gigging. Head on over to thecraftedmusician.com for more tips and tricks to level up your music career. Talk to you soon.